Welcome back to TalkBack. We are talking to Lieutenant General Moinuddin Haider. General, is it true that the 98 operation was not as well executed as the 95 and 96 operations in Karachi?
I mean, in what way?
In the way of strategic coherence of the operation. It's been written several times that paramilitary law enforcement and intelligence agencies were working concurrently on their own agendas. That's a quote from a major newspaper. Little or no coordination between the various teams was present. This is during your rule, sir.
Yes, during the governor's rule, I think things went smoothly. The army was never called in aid of civil power. I used the police to bring law and order to Karachi and to Sindh. And sometime, of course, Rangers was involved. There were no cases of extrajudicial killing. There were no fingers raised of any extraordinary, torture or things of the nature. By and large, things were controlled without use of much of force.
But it was reported in the news in April 99 that the Sindh police fabricated evidence, concealed evidence and key facts, misdirected top bureaucrats, including the Prime Minister, about police involvement in custodial murders and murders that were shown as encounters between the police and the murder victims. It also found, the same report found, that the officials of the Sindh police ignored or refused to carry out your orders of that police officials and officers suspected of involvement in extrajudicial killings be transferred or removed. Was this because you were a weak governor, or was this because you were an indifferent governor?
No, the reason is that, there have been one or two cases I remember. Somebody brought a tortured body to the governor house gate. And as I said, that the IG police was not my choice. He was choice of Nawaz Sharif. And he was taking orders directly sometimes from the federal government.
Why were you still, why didn't you resign, sir?
Well, I could have, but I wanted to do my duty and deliver, which I did.
So hold on.
And I my powers to post people from one place to another were withdrawn from me by Nawaz Sharif.
So hold on. So 245 has been implemented.
Yes.
You are the governor of Sindh.
Yes.
You are the man in charge.
Yes.
The IG is not your choice.
Yes.
And you will still work because the IG is reporting directly to the Prime Minister.
Yes.
Bodies are being thrown in front of the governor house.
Not bodies, one body I said.
And you are still
one
working.
Body.
You are still working.
Now, when I raise my voice that if you want me to deliver, I must have the powers, independence of action. In that case, all my powers are withdrawn. They said you cannot post any DC, any SP, you cannot do anything of this sort. And this order was actually issued by the Prime Minister's Secretariat, on which there was a lot of hue and cry in the Senate. He said this is being very unfair to the governor in the governor's rule that you tie his hand and throw him in the arena. So under public pressure by the senators and by the assembly, that order was withdrawn, and after that I had the independence of action.
So you did have the independence of action.
Yes, subsequently, yes.
But Rana Maqbool was still at it. He was still at it.
Yes, I mean, Rana Maqbool was there, but by and large I controlled him. I did not let him get involved in any illegal activity. And if there was some, I would come on him with a heavy hand. I said, you cannot do this.
So illegal activities did happen while he was around.
I mean, they have been odd, as an exception.
And you tolerated them.
I mean, I took action wherever necessary.
But
I took action.
But the bottom line is that the IGP of Sindh, the top cop in Sindh, was out of your control.
Oh, he was not totally out of my control. I said he respected me and he obeyed my orders.
We all respect you, General.
Here and there,
but this is a working relationship.
Here and there, he would make something, he will go somewhere wrong. I'll put him back on the track with a strict hand.
All right. Around the same time, a little later, actually, we're going to switch gears. You talked about another police presence, this time the presence of the FBI in Pakistan, June 24, 2002, speaking to the Dawn, the PPI, and the APP, you said that the FBI's presence in Pakistan, and this is a quote, was of temporary duration, aimed at investigating the recent explosion near the U.S. consulate in Karachi. The consulate has come and gone, so has that investigation. The FBI is still present in this country. What do you think of that prediction?
Yes, I think after the 9/11, there were FBI present here, but not as much as was being shown in the press, that they are on the bus stops and they're on the railway station and they're on the airports and they're into everything. Now let me tell you and put the record straight, FBI by itself can do nothing in Pakistan. It is only with the help of our intelligence agencies and our special branch of our police that they can get some results. Otherwise, on their own, we disallowed them and they can do nothing, let me tell you.
You accepted a check of $75 million for the Interior Ministry,
Yes.
from the FBI.
Yes.
Isn't that a ticket in?
No, I did not receive any money from FBI. This money has come to the state of Pakistan.
No, I'm not saying it was you, General.
No.
You
During my let me tell you
on behalf of the Interior Ministry.
Let me tell you for what this money came for. This money came for to restore the sanctity of Durand Line of Pakistan-Afghanistan border, which had lost its sanctity in 22 years of the Soviet invasion, conflict in those days.
But it was a ticket in, General. It was a
No
ticket in. They've come in and they haven't left.
No, it is
They've
not.
been attacking unilaterally in the northern areas.
It had nothing to do with FPI. This money was given to government of Pakistan to strengthen our western border and to improve the effectiveness of forces deployed there and to integrate FATA into Pakistan by opening up the roads in accessible areas. And that money has been used there.
We're talking to Lieutenant General Moinuddin Haider, the point man for Pakistan during 9/11. Stay tuned.